So let's get into this discussion with Comcast, which is the largest US cable and internet service provider and owns NBC Universal. As Paul says, down, you get CNBC Africa.
So CNBC Africa owns the franchise rights, as I understand it, which
From
in
Europe,
turn belong
actually,
to NBC Universal, and that's a global channel, and that gives you the right to mix all of the content. But remember, Comcast is founded by the Roberts family out of Philadelphia, and they took that as a cable provider, bought NBC Universal, and now have this mega market cap, as you see there.
Mega market cap indeed, 180 billion US dollars, a PE ratio of 20.9, dividend yield of 0.9%. Jeff Immelt of GE, chairman and CEO, was very quick to point out the other day when I had the opportunity to interview him that at one stage General Electric owned CNBC.
And they sold it across to Comcast.
So your thoughts on the big boy?
Yeah, this really is the big guy, and I mean it's roughly the same sort of market cap as Disney, and beyond those two, you know, you fall away to some much smaller companies. But I think they're battling a bit in terms of their ongoing battle with the what I'd call over-the-top OTT, the media people who you can get on demand in the US far more easily than you can here. So you know your set-top box there that the likes of Comcast are providing for you, that, as Paul was saying, that'll give you a certain bouquet, but I think more and more people are actually wanting to be a bit more choosy. So that's one of the problems they're facing. They've had some great success with some of their blockbusters like Fast and Furious, yep, and Shades of
the Jurassic Park series that I mentioned earlier, one of the top grossing movies of all time.
That's right. So
can we look at that share price graph and get a sense of how?
Well, you're about to be surprised if you think this one is battling, because look at that share price.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's trading close to its all-time high. Something very important happened though at the end of 2016, and that relates to the Trump election, because what is understood to have been a major threat to these guys was something called net neutrality. Net neutrality would have been a rule likely introduced by the Democrats, which would have forced people like Comcast that own distribution cable networks to carry everybody's traffic at the same speed. Now under Trump the view is, well, if you want a high speed connection for your content, Mr. Netflix or whoever you are, then you're going to have to pay Comcast more to deliver it faster.
So onwards and upwards for this share price, anything that could stop it in its tracks?
No, I think just as we've described in the preamble, Bronwyn, the fact that it is a very, very crowded space, and in terms of strategic partnerships amongst the other players, that might be interesting. But no, look, this is just such a big beast of a company, and they've done exceptionally well. But as I said before, you're only as good as your last blockbuster.
Amazing that a media company is rallying on something out of the Trump administration when US President Trump really doesn't like journalists at all. I won't go into
there's some others that he's been much more critical of that we've talked of. Look, Comcast tried to buy Time Warner, which is the company we're going to talk about next, in 2014. They were blocked. Now Time Warner's trying to merge with AT&T. So there are these mega deals that are possible. I quite like their content, though, apart from obviously CNBC and related content.
Which you love.
They also own things like the Weather Network, the E! Network, all sorts of stuff like that. MSNBC, which is a sort of lefty liberal channel in the US. So I just think they're going to continue to play their assets. The net neutrality thing is a positive. Look, they are the most hated company in America because of service levels, apparently, in the cable business.
Well,
is this hearsay, or do you actually have?
No, there's
this
something like
fact?
a sort of a service level survey which is done, and people love joking about how bad the services level is from Comcast. That's the cable business.
All right, but that's not impacting the share price. So let's talk about hot or not.
No, look, when the ducks are quacking, you've got to feed them. So I think this one's going to keep on going. I'm hot with it.
Hot?
Yeah, I'm going to tip hot as well on account of that regulatory shift and the possibilities that opens up.